NVIDIA DLSS coming to Tekken 8, Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and more games. Following last week's release of DLSS for PAL World, this week we're celebrating the day one availability of DLSS 3 in Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth and DLSS 2 in Enshrouded, and Tekken 8. We're also announcing DLSS Super Resolution is coming to Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League at launch. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth launching January 26 with DLSS 3. Kazuma Kuri's back in Rigago Daka Studio and Sega's Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, the latest game in the Yakuza series, launching January 26. Ikuben Kasuga and Kazuma Kuru, two larger-than-life heroes, are brought together by the hand of fate, or perhaps something more sinister. Live it up in Japan and explore all that Hawaii has to offer in an RPG adventure so big it spans the Pacific. Experience one-of-a-kind combat with dynamic, fast-paced RPG battles where the battlefield becomes your weapon, and anything goes. Adapt your party's skills to the situation with outlandish jobs and customizations to strategically subdue enemies with over-the-top moves. At launch, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth will include support for DLSS 3, giving GeForce RTX 40 series gamers the highest levels of performance possible in the eagerly anticipated title. Enshrouded launches today with DLSS 2. The realm of Embervale is lost. In their greed for magical power, your ancestors unleashed a pestilence that consumed the world. You are Flameborn, last ember of hope of a dying race. Awaken, survive the terror of a corrupting fog, and reclaim the lost beauty of your kingdom in Enshrouded. Venture into a vast world, vanquish punishing bosses, build grand halls and forge your path in this co-op survival action RPG for up to 16 players from Keen Games. When Enshrouded launches into early access today, GeForce RTX gamers can immediately activate DLSS 2 to accelerate frame rates by 93% on average at 4K, with max settings enabled. Take a look at DLSS 2 in action in Enshrouded in our RTX comparison video. Those without an upgraded rig can still experience Enshrouded with all the benefits of DLSS 2 and RTX on by streaming it from the cloud thanks to NVIDIA's GeForce Now Priority and Ultimate memberships. Members can play over 1,800 of the real and full PC versions of games they already own from Steam, Xbox and over 100 supported PC Game Pass titles, Epic Games Store, Ubisoft and GOG.com. Tekken 8 launches January 26 with DLSS 2. Get ready for the next chapter in the legendary fighting game franchise, Tekken 8. Completely redesigned character visuals, featuring elaborate, highly detailed models built from the ground up, and high-fidelity graphics break the limits of new generation hardware by adding a new weight and atmosphere to Tekken's signature battles. Vivid environments and destructible stages combine to create an overwhelming sense of immersion, creating the ultimate play experience. Tekken 8 continues the tragic saga of the Mishima and Kazama bloodlines, and their world-shaking father and son grudge matches starting from 6 months after the closure of the last match. The story of Gen Kazama's growth and determination marks a new chapter in the timeless saga. Launching January 26, Tekken 8 gets even better on GeForce RTX desktops and laptops thanks to the day one inclusion of DLSS 2, helping more games achieve a lock 60 FPS with details and effects cranked to the max. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League launching February 2 with DLSS Super Resolution. On February 2, enter the world of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, developed by Rocksteady Studios, the creators of the Batman, Arkham series, and published by Warner Bros. Games. In this third-person action shooter, the ultimate band of misfits must do the impossible to save the world, kill the Justice League. And if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition of the game, you can start your mission on January 30 with early access. Join the newly recruited members of Amanda Waller's infamous Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang and King Shark, as they set out on an impossible mission to kill the Justice League. Drop into an expansive and dynamic open-world metropolis ravaged by Brainiac's invasion and terrorized by the heroes who once protected it. Each squad member brings their own traversal mechanics to help them navigate a sprawling and battle-torn metropolis, combining free-roaming exploration and combat verticality for an unforgettable experience. Players are free to experiment with a variety of different playstyles to unleash maximum damage on their enemies. Whether in single player or online with up to 3 of your friends, players can take on this suicide mission their own way. Post-launch, players can expect a continuously evolving metropolis with free new playable villains, environments, weapons, in-game events, and more, all included with purchase of the base game. On PC, leverage the power of your GeForce RTX GPU to enhance your experience in Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Use dedicated RT cores to enable ray-traced reflections, and use your GPU's tensor cores to activate NVIDIA DLSS Super Resolution. If your frame rates are fast enough already, instead consider activating NVIDIA DLA, an AI-based anti-aliasing mode that utilizes the same technology developed for DLSS. DLA uses a native resolution image to maximize image quality, rather than boosting performance, for an even richer experience. Diablo 4 Season of the Construct available now, featuring DLSS 3, ray tracing arrives this March. Since launch in June 2023, Diablo 4 GeForce RTX gamers have been accelerating performance by 2.5x on average at 4K, thanks to the inclusion of DLSS 3. And with NVIDIA Reflex, system latency was reduced by up to 67%, for the most responsive gameplay possible. In March, all new and existing content will look even better thanks to the addition of 3 ray-traced effects. Armor, water, windows, and other suitably reflective surfaces will now feature accurate, realistic ray-traced reflections and ray-traced transparent reflections, making battles in Sanctuary even more spectacular. Additionally, the mini shadows of Diablo 4 will be enhanced with ray tracing, adding extra detail, depth and fidelity to all scenes. Ahead of the release of ray tracing, Blizzard launched Diablo 4's Season of the Construct, which can be accelerated by DLSS 3. Unearth a new threat looming deep beneath the sands of Kyrgyzstan, where a tool devised for good has been overtaken for demonic evils. Prepare to battle the elements as you maneuver through deadly hazards, take on vicious constructs, and master Sanctuary's newest challenges. With the help of a new companion at your side, you just might make it out alive. Ahead of the release of ray tracing, Blizzard launched Diablo 4's Season of the Construct, which can be accelerated by DLSS 3. Unearth a new threat looming deep beneath the sands of Kyrgyzstan, where a tool devised for good has been overtaken for demonic evils. Prepare to battle the elements as you maneuver through deadly hazards, take on vicious constructs, and master Sanctuary's newest challenges. With the help of a new companion at your side, you just might make it out alive. GeForce Now members will soon be able to stream Diablo 4 from the cloud, even without a GeForce RTX PC, with GeForce Now. Ultimate members will be able to stream at up to 4K resolution and 120 frames per second with support for NVIDIA DLSS and Reflex technology, and experience the action even on low-powered devices. And when ray tracing arrives this March, amp up your experience with the immersive effects,